Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn how to install MAMP on a Windows machine. We have two versions, MAMP and MAMP Pro, and a website for MAMP is mamp.info. Now I'm gonna click on download for MAMP, which is free, and once you get to this page, click on download again. And if you're using Chrome browser or Firefox, you will have an option for saving this file. On Edge browser, I have this save as, and cancel. So I'll save the file. Let's click on save. And if you're using Chrome, you will have an option for keep. So just click on keep and it will start downloading MAMP. MAMP has been downloaded. Now we're gonna locate the folder where we saved the file. The first option, we need to select the preferred language. I'll keep that as English. Let's click on OK. Click on next. This is where it's asking you whether you want to install a MAMP Pro or not. We don't need MAMP Pro, so we'll uncheck that. Let's click on next. Accept the license agreement. Click on next. And you need to select a directory where you want to install MAMP. I will simply install that on my C drive /MAMP folder. Let's click on next. And it's saying that the folder doesn't exist, so do you want it to create that? I'll click on yes and then click on next again. I'll keep that checked. Let's click on next and click on install. Now the setup is finished. I'm gonna click on finish. We're gonna start the MAMP. So whether you can go to your start menu or you can just type here and then search for MAMP. Let's press enter, which will start the MAMP. Now it's very simple and small application. To start the server, you simply click on start servers. The first time when you start your MAMP, it will automatically start the server. Before we install WordPress in MAMP server, we need to look at some preferences available in MAMP. I'm going to click on the preference, but let's stop the server first. I'm going to click on here to stop the servers. Now the servers are stopped. Let's click on preference. Now you get this dialog box. The first option, start/stop. Here we have few options. So the first option is checked. Basically, it's gonna start the MAMP server when you start a MAMP application. So I'm gonna leave that checked because most often when you start MAMP, you wanna start the server. Next, we have stop the server when quitting MAMP. I'm gonna check that as well. So when I stop the MAMP application, it should stop the servers as well. The next option we have checked for MAMP Pro when starting MAMP. We'll leave that unchecked because we're not installing MAMP Pro. Next option, at startup open, when you restart your Windows PC or you start your Windows PC, it should start the MAMP or not. I will leave that unchecked. Next, we're gonna go to ports. By default, you will see Apache port set to 8888, NGX port set to 7888, MySQL port 8889. So what is mean by 888? When you try to access your WordPress website on your local host, you will have to type localhost :8888. Now this is because to ignore the conflict between other servers you're running on your PC. So let's say you are running another web server or another WordPress site on XAMPP. So you want to change the Apache ports and MySQL ports so they don't conflict between other servers. So most probably you won't have any server running while you're working on WordPress website. So what you can do, I'm going to click on set web and MySQL ports to 80 and 3306. Let's click on that. And now our port set to 80, NGX port set to 80, and then MySQL port 3306. That's the default ports we can use. Next we go to the PHP tab. Here we have the standard version of PHP. If I click on this drop down menu, I get two versions. I can select the PHP version of 5.6.28, but most likely you want to use the latest versions of PHP. So I will select 7.0.13. The cache option is basically useless because you're gonna have everything installed in your local host, so you don't need to cache anything. Next we have a web server. Here we can choose between an NGXX or Apache server. So you want to run WordPress on Apache, so I'll make sure that I select that. Next, this is very important, document root. Now, MAMP server is going to look for any application you install on a MAMP server according to this path. Now we are going to change this. By default, it is set to c:/mamp/htdocs. So I'm going to click on select. And here I'll go to the documents and I will create a new folder by clicking on make a new folder. And I will name it WordPress. You want to name it any different name, then you can give, doesn't really matter. And then I will select that folder and I'm going to click on OK. And now this is the part where our MAMP server is going to look for our WordPress installation. Next, there is few information of MAMP version, which is 3.3.0. Now our MAMP server is properly configured, and in the next video we will install WordPress.